What's going on, Aquarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of September 2023. So in this reading, Aquarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the upcoming month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding September 2023, Aquarius. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, Aquarius, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this one out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you and your situation, then definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already. For future updates, I would also really appreciate that over here, Aquarius. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this reading and see what wants to come through, what is coming your way for September 2023, Aquarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this active divination for the sign of Aquarius. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we got. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what this is, Aquarius. Hold on, getting a really strong download right off the bat. There's something about someone, or maybe the matrix at large, that's playing hardball with you. It's just coming through as the word hardball. What that means is someone who hardballs you is someone who basically strong arms you. There's something about a situation in your life that you must now fight fire with fire. A lot of you, I'm getting a visual, you were just being like flamethrowed. It may be by the matrix at large, it may be by a group that you're working with, it may be by a business thing, a friend, your family. Someone's using a flamethrower on you, it's burning you. It really hurts. You know it's wrong. You know that it's really demented, and this fire that's being burned at you is hardball, is strong arm. There's nothing you could really do about it. Many of you are going to have chosen to completely walk away from that game. But this month, there's something about you playing hardball back. So if someone's shooting a flamethrower at you, you're going to start to realize, okay, trying to run away and run from this is not going to work anymore. We must now fight fire with fire, but in a smart way. And I don't know what, for some of you, this is definitely going to have to do with a relationship, not letting someone belittle you in public. If this is to do with your job, not letting your partner belittle you in front of other people. There's something about standing up for yourself, but not just doing it for you, doing it for a greater cause. So how that's going to manifest, I don't know. Before we get into the tarot, let's start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. And these oracle cards are going to be the energy that Spirit wants you, Aquarius, to embody in September. Okay, and this is a really weird one to embody, but the universe wants you to embody politics in September. And I think it's for a greater reason. That's what I'm going to assume, although I shouldn't really assume anything. But you see how this person is basically a snake-like figure, Aquarius? You see how they're snaky? This is the Seven of Swords in traditional tarot. In this oracle deck, it's the Seven of Swords. It's called politics. You see there's a mask, right? So someone's covering up the fact that they're a snake. And in some sort of way, there is some sort of environment, whether this has to do with the matrix at large, the greater political systems in general, there's something here that you're meant to play the game instead of run away from the game. Now, there is something here about, as well, some of you waiting for an existing structure to crumble and then for you to be ahead of something. This is going to sound crazy. You can take it or leave it. I don't know why this is coming up for you in September, but it is. Some of you to do with the political system, whether this is the political system of your family, your community, your love life, or the matrix at large for some of you, that you are going to be a figurehead in But if you choose to walk away, if you choose to completely let something crumble on its own, that may be what you have to do, but then you're going to be back in it. So for some of you, there's something here about not playing all of your cards, not showing all your cards. This is the energy that you're meant to embody, and I really hope that you do it for a higher reason. I feel like the only reason this is coming out is for a higher reason, but in some sort of way you're meant to play the politique. Maybe tell people what they want to hear. Maybe be a little bit two-faced if it helps the greater universe at large. So it's like if you're fighting a demon who's throwing fire at you and they're going to destroy the whole earth, and if you just run away, they're going to destroy it. There's something about you turning around and actually fighting fire with fire, but you need to be smart, because if you just fight fire with direct fire, they're going to kill you. But there's something about you fighting fire with like guerrilla fire, guerrilla warfare. And so a lot of you have a very deep choice to make about how do you want to restore justice in your life, because it seems this month is about restoring justice in some sort of way, to do with some sort of ending about something's not fair. And instead of running away from the not fairness, you're meant to, so like let's say that this is a friend group, let's say this has to do with maybe a third party love situation. There's something about fighting fire with fire here. Okay, I don't know why I get that, but I do. Now your challenge, not your Freudian slip. The other frequency you need more of is healing. Okay, and this is kind of like the King of Cups frequency. And so this is being gentle on yourself, understanding it's not your fault. The world is what it is. The world is a corrupt place, and none of us can leave it unscathed. It's a dirty game. Is any man worthy of fame? I don't know. And so a lot of you are already tuning out of this reading. You think it's not for you, but it is for you. Sometimes Spirit tells me things. Like some of you, percentage of you are like, oh my God, not this again. Not this mystic with this mystic with the deceptive stuff. I'm just telling you what it is. And once again, for those of you that are offended by this or whatever, you feel weird about it, maybe it's not your reading, or maybe you're just running away while the earth is being scorched and you're meant to do something about it. So healing, politics, something about healing politics. Aquarius is connected to politics, and I understand some of you just want to let it burn by itself, but what I'm telling you is many of you have the attitude, okay, we're going to let this system burn by itself, burn itself out. It's not going to burn itself out before it burns you and me and everyone. So if you love me, if you look at me and you look me in the eye and you say, oh, the autistic mystic is a good man, well then do it for me if you can't do it for you, because there's something here about doing it for other people, not just you. And you have healing and you have politics. So what this means is, if some of you have already been wearing a mask, trying to do something from the inside for the greater good of society, well, maybe you need to keep doing that, or maybe you need to readjust it. For those of you that have completely opted out of any sort of political game with just the idea that I'm just a starseed and all I have to do is hold the frequency of light. No. Maybe that is, for some of you, that will be your purpose and you have a permission slip to do it. For most of you listening to this, what I get is you've been basically saying, oh, well, let's just let the fire burn itself out. In whatever way. This could have to do with your family. Your father, your mother is literally like, in their own way, maybe unintentionally burning the whole family, burning you. Well, if you just keep letting them do that, you're going to be dead. So there's something here about healing politics, maybe opting into something in order to save something. A lot of you, and I'm already getting, a lot of you don't want to hear it. A lot of you don't want to hear it. Nothing to do with this. And once again, I don't know. It's just what I get. Now, the last frequency you need more of is celebration. And this is the Three of Cups. So this is definitely interacting with people. Giving yourself permission to have fun this month for sure as well. And viewing it as fun. You know, there is something about getting energy from social interaction. Okay, but this is weird. You know, celebration and politics together. You know, and so there could be some sort of thing about healing, some sort of political maneuvering that you sense around in your life. And that's really all I can get from it. For some of you, this is going to have to do with, once again, the world at large, waiting for some sort of thing to crumble, realizing if we wait too long, we're going to have to fight fire with fire here, Aquarius. I don't know who needs to hear that. There's also something about like a case, like a court case. If any of you are involved in a legal situation, I do think that you're going to be fine. I do think that you're protected. But at the end of the day, there could be also a sacrifice here. You know, I do get that. There's something that you have to sacrifice. And for some reason, it has to do with politics and healing. So what that's about, I don't know. Hopefully we can get it as the reading goes along. But there is something about sacrificing, maybe even yourself. And there's a quote coming in my mind. I'm getting chills as I'm saying that. The truly enlightened person is the person who plants the seed that they know they will never eat the fruits of that tree, but they plant the seed for the future generation. So once again, there is this theme about something in your life. If you have children, if you want to have children, if you want to think about your lineage, not even your lineage, but just the people that you care about, the next generation. Even if you're not blood related, we're all soul families, kind of closer, in my opinion. And it's like soul family's thicker than blood. I don't know, but and so there is something here about like, do you have what it takes to sacrifice your own comfort and your own moral? I don't know why I'm getting morals. Can you sacrifice your own morals for the greater good? What that means, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you there's a frequency of you needing to sacrifice your morals or your like ideal, okay, I just want to go s'mores, I just want to eat s'mores on a campfire in Oregon my whole life, and that's what I want to do, and I want to just let them keep burning the fire, whether it's your family, your friends, a third-party love situation, or the matrix at large. Just keep letting it burn it. Eventually the fire is going to come to Oregon and kill you. So there's something here about you having to, okay, it's not about me, drop my morals, drop my baggage, and just do what the universe is calling you to do, because the universe seems to be calling you to do something political here, and it does seem to involve a risk, or dare I say sacrifice. And the only reason this is happening is because many of you are favorited by God. Many of you are here because of what I'm saying. Whether this has to do with interpersonal family drama, healing your ancestral trauma by playing politics instead of just leaving it. There's something, you Aquarius, you listen to me right now. Your parents, you're not playing enough politics with your parents. You're just saying, oh, no, they're just done. The matrix is done. They're all, they're all got a little something that I didn't get a few years ago, so let them burn. It's like, be careful with that. And so maybe there's something here about you not sure. Are the timelines going to split? Can I wait this out? Or can I not? And what I'm telling you right now, you need to get more active in the game. You may need to sacrifice yourself. But what does a woman gain if he loses his soul but gains the whole world? Or there's a quote, I'm butchering it, Aquarius, but listen, bear with me. What does a person gain if they gratify their immediate pleasures but they lose their soul in the process? And there's something really strange about you. There's a certain path that you're telling yourself, this is good for my soul. But when you zoom out one level further, you realize that everyone has the same soul. And so what type of sacrifice do you want to really bring here? Because there's something about karma. There's something about okay. There's something about your morals are blocking you from doing something that spirit wants you to do that will actually get you out of this earth with little karma. So this is about social conditioning for a lot of you questioning that deeply. I'm telling you, there's some sort of thing that you're like, that's low vibrational. But it's not. It's not. It's what you're here to do. Enter into some sort of political system. Deal with it. Fight fire with fire. That's all I'm going to say. But a lot of you will not do this because you're too worried about my apartment. I don't want to get my apartment taken away. I don't want to have to, be ostracized. I don't want to be some sort of Martin Luther King figure. But hey, it seems to me that this is what you're being called to do. Now, they're also... For a lot of you, this doesn't have to do with some sort of crazy soul mission with politics in the matrix. A lot of you, this has to do with right at home, and there's something very deep going, a very big ending here that you need to sacrifice. And it could be with, once again, okay, so let's just, I'm trying to keep up with it. So your opportunity, Aquarius, for September is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a youthful energy. It's someone who's standing in a field, who is seemingly ready to swing that sword, but it also talks about gathering information, potentially even stalking. And with this political card here being what you need more of, and then you have the Page of Swords, you are clearly meant to gather information, maybe not in an obvious way. I'm only saying this to you because I really believe that all of you are starseeds listening to me. I'm not saying this to you if you're in the matrix. So if this resonates with you, there's something about gathering information or questioning what you're going to do with your life here. Okay, now, the Page of Swords is your opportunity. Getting more information, being open. The person here has no resistance to new knowledge. A new thought comes into their head, they consider it, right? They're not oblivious. Air. Breathe air. Okay, and now your challenge is the Strength card. And so, the Strength card has to do with merging the higher self and the animalistic ego human self. And it also has to do with moving through a very difficult situation with grace. And I do feel many of you will be moving through a very difficult situation. For many of you living with people, then this may have to do with your roommates, once again, your love life, your family, your friends, something like that. But for many of you, this has to do with something bigger. And for many of you, this is all simultaneously happening because something in your immediate life is reflecting a bigger issue. And if you're on the leading edge of thought, then you'll be able to make that connection without me even saying it, or exactly what it is. And so there is something here about, questioning. The opportunity is the Page of Swords. The challenge is the Strength card. Am I really going to do God's mission here? Am I really going to be the favorite of the gods? Am I going to sacrifice my human bodily pleasure, which is an endless pit that doesn't make you happy anyway? Pleasure doesn't make you happy. Living for something that keeps you alive, a mission, that's what keeps you happy. So there's something here about sacrificing, whether this is a relationship that clearly someone's burning you, a political situation in the Matrix. There's something here about, sacrificing your immediate human pleasures. Oh my God, relational security. Oh my God, the Matrix doesn't want to come kill me. Oh my God, I don't have to worry about my money being taken away. I don't have to worry about putting money up for something that's not just for me, but for others. And this month, it's like, I'm really just sitting here as if I'm like, you're like King Leonidas climbing up the Oracle, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, yo, you got to go to war with the Persians, within 6 months. If you do not strike within 6 months, they will burn Greece down. So you have time. You do have time. Whatever this is, you have time. But you're going to have to fight fire with fire or else they're coming. So you can either unite the star seeds, unite Greece, or not. But I'm just telling you what it is. And so many of you, once again, are going to be happening on a much smaller scale. But when it comes to your overall general energy here, Aquarius, you have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Lovers, and you also have the Ten of Swords. So something here is definitely coming to an end. For many of you, it will be a relationship. It will be a love situation that is not very give and take. The Six of Pentacles has to do with an even give and exchange. It also has to do with a gift. And many of you are going to have to sacrifice your reputation as a gift to the collective, or your overall general energy. If this is not happening if there's no sort of ending with a loved one, because I feel like for many of you there's a switching ending to a political game here, then a lot of you are going to be considering, and I'm putting this reading out there because it needs to hit someone. Maybe this reading is not going to be, the most popular reading. Maybe it will be, and I'll be shook. But what I'm telling you is there is something here you considering, some sort of ultimate sacrifice here. Valor is being willing to die for a cause greater than yourself. Back in the day, valor was about, I'm willing to die for my king. I'm willing to die for my king. And nowadays, it's I'm willing to die for my highest spiritual ideal. That's me. I know you think I'm talking crap, a lot of you. I know you do. I know that you think I just look at cards and tell you what cards mean. But I'm telling you, there's something bigger going on here. And the fact that you're listening to me right now is no coincidence, because there are no coincidences. Everything is ordained. So a lot of you are going to say, there's something you need to sacrifice here. You know it, and you know it. So whatever that's about, I don't know. Many of you, it won't be so big and mystical, and it will just be sacrificing a relationship that doesn't do good for you anymore. But not completely. I don't know why I get that. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep going. I really hope this makes sense, because this is one of those readings where I'm just getting what I'm getting, and I'm just like, it's a little different than usual, right? When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands, and you also have the Ten of Pentacles here, Aquarius, for what you do not see coming for September 2023. So with this being here and what you don't see coming here, you're definitely questioning your long-term goals. some sort of long-term structure, your legacy. The Ten of Pentacles has to do with a long-term financial goal, security, your legacy that you're either aiming for or that you have right now. The Nine of Wands has to do with unfinished business. A lot of you are sitting on something that you know is not stable. And so this is what is sending you into a loop here. You're going to have to juggle, you're going to have to juggle your old life here with making a plan to go into some sort of political system and fight fire with fire. Okay? And a lot of you are here to question me as well. I'm not here to give you all the answers, but what I'm picking up from a higher dimensional level to tell you for some sort of reason, however that synchronicity leads you to a new thought, it's not up to me. I'm just the Mercury messenger, don't shoot Mercury. And there's something here about, I forget what I was going to say. You know what I'm saying, though, here, Aquarius. There's some sort of very deep decision that is pending in your life, but at the same time, something's being cut out. But amidst the changes, there's something deeper going on as well. So what is your legacy? And yeah, and now when it comes to your advice here, Aquarius, you have the Hanged Man, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and you have the Hierophant. When it comes to your advice here, and so I do feel like there is something, okay, for some of you, you're playing the long game here. For some of you, you really want to get out of some sort of political system, whether this is your family, your legacy, your family lineage legacy, your own legacy, a corporate situation, the very political system that rules the US, whatever it is. There's something here that you need to stay in longer, or you need to go back in it if you completely ran away to Oregon of the s'mores, you need to go back into it. There's something here though about, it's a very delicate, complicated game that's going on right now. What has happened on the planet since 2020 is an absolute tragedy. And the fact that I'm so calm about it is a miracle. And I feel like a lot of you feel that way as well. But, so this might be weird predictive. There could be something about preparing for something that will happen in the future. And the only one that can really see this is Aquarius. In the way that I mean. There could be some sort of thing about you having psychic insight into what's going to happen in some sort of political thing and being ready to act when the time is right. Whatever that means, I don't know. But here's your advice, right? You have the Hanged Man, you have the Queen of Pentacles, and you also have the Hierophant. And I can look at this. There's something here about surrendering to an authority when you're weaker, perhaps. Once again, letting them think that you're stupid. Okay? Letting people think that the autistic mystic, all this autistic kid does is look at pictures and his life is so easy because he just looks at pictures for a living. We all know that I'm not just looking at pictures here. In the same way, in some sort of situation with you, there's some sort of people in a political system that are, whether your job, your family, whatever, you may have to play stupid to save the whole thing. And once again, many of you are saying, bye, I'm going to Oregon, and then the whole fire is going to catch up to you in Oregon. So it's like you can either run to it now or you can run to it later. But if you can, or at least prepare. But there is something here about an archetypal aspect about sacrificing your physicality. I don't want to, I'm just sorry. There's something about looking at money from a different perspective and what is true abundance, to all these rappers that get promoted by the Matrix and they would look at me as like some sort of pussy. Okay, yeah, I'm a pussy, but I haven't killed anyone, so I could say whatever I want. I'm the pussy though, right? I'm the pussy because I haven't killed anyone. And that means I can say whatever I want. You're in the Matrix, you're stuck. I don't know where that came from. Shout out Kanye West. But there is something here about Aquarius, about like a very dicey political situation. For many of you, this will have to do with a legal case that's pending, a custody battle. For many of you, this has to do with your job. For many of you, this has to do with some sort of injustice that happened and waiting for what the next move is. Because I'm telling you right now, where we are, I don't care who you are, I don't care what's going on in your personal life, where we are right now is we're waiting, Aquarius. All of us are in the same boat together. And there's three types of mystics in life. Mystics that make it happen, mystics that watch it happen, and mystics that don't even know what the hell's going on. The mystics that don't even know what the hell's going on have no idea when I say, something happened. Now we're waiting for the next thing to happen because it's a little confusing. And I'm talking about major world events right now. We're waiting for the next major world event to happen and how you're going to play your cards when that major world event happens. But the major world event hasn't happened yet, so it's kind of hard for me to tell you exactly what to do. Is that unreasonable? I don't know what to tell you exactly what to do because the timeline hasn't happened yet, but it's in a flux. And however you handle yourself now will determine how it goes, because your lack of protest is your consent. You going to Oregon and going to the fire, Aquarius, and sitting in the fire and not doing anything about anything, whether this is to do your love life, your family life, or a bigger thing, you can't just run away from this. And in order to not run away, something will have to be sacrificed, whether it's your reputation, your legacy. But what I would ask you is, who is your legacy being diminished? Who is diminishing your legacy? Who is the one hating on you? Who is the one thinking you're crazy? Who is the one, a bunch of muggles, basically. So why would you care? They don't care about you. Why would you care about them? You need to care about the collective and rent yourself out here and really play the big game. Some of you, this is going to be like a completely broken reading. You're going to have no idea what I'm saying. And others of you will know exactly what I'm saying. So I don't know. Maybe it's not meant to be. Whatever it is, it is. It is. Let's see. Let's see the 144,000 come to this reading. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and clarify the Page of Swords in your opportunity. Why is the Page of Swords your opportunity, Aquarius? Yeah, I mean, okay, well, the Page of Swords is clarified by the Tower, the Ace of Wands, and also the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is a time for you to get excited about whatever's leaving your life, because clearly in your overall general energy, in some sort of interpersonal thing, there are things changing. There's a hard ending with you and a friend or some sort of more interpersonal thing that actually opens the door for you for new opportunities, new excitement, something that has been draining your energy, whether this is a friend group, a love situation, a family situation, more like not the whole matrix thing that I'm telling you about, could be for some of you, but more like no matter who you are, it's more interpersonal, is coming to an end that makes you really excited. In September 2023, there's going to be a new beginning that opens up new ways to make money for yourself as well. In some sort of way, there is something now that I look at it about making money in a new way by becoming a leader in your own self. Once again, maneuvering through the political system in a way that is smart, honoring the hierophants that exist right now. But at the same time, it's also being planning for some sort of major tower moment like I keep telling you about. So just be aware of that. Now you also, in your opportunity, you also do have the Four of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, the World in reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Hanged Man in reverse, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So there's something, this is definitely something that's going to affect your relationship, surrendering a relationship and going no contact. There is something about it would benefit you to go no contact with some sort of very toxic ending in your interpersonal life, So just be aware of that. But I'm telling you, for a lot of you, this is way deeper than just interpersonal stuff. But for some reason in September, it's happening. Let's see why the Strength card is here in your challenge here, Aquarius. Why is the Strength card here in your challenge? There's also something about you making more money in September 2023 as a result of a relationship that's been draining you coming to an end. Okay, and maybe using some of that fire of however something ended. There could be some sort of thing about you using the pain of some sort of ending in an interpersonal thing that really drives you to make a hell of a lot of money. I really do get that, and I apologize for going on the whole Matrix rant for those of you, because I feel like that's very pertinent for a lot of you. You're gonna make more, there's a lot of, hold on. I'm really sorry for not already saying this, Aquarius, but there is a lot of money coming your way as a result of pain. No matter who you are, I would advise you to work very hard. Allow the anger, sadness, betrayal, resentment, whatever, to propel you to make a lot of money in terms of your legacy. Now, we have two different lifelines, because on the one hand, I'm saying who cares about money? It's about spiritual energy. It's about legacy. It's about freedom. Anything that freedom... Any price for freedom, I'll pay. You cannot, I will never sell my soul. You cannot buy me. You just can't. And for many of you, that's going on, but that's the big picture and may not necessarily be reflected in September 2023. In September 2023, there's a very real now interpersonal situation that's telling you to use your pain or an ending of a relationship that either gives you more time to make money, or there's some sort of negative emotion that will propel you, will be the little whip in your back that's like, nay, Aquarius, let's go make money. And it's not even about money. It's about security. Money is not important. Money is just a resource. Money is just energy, you know? And so with the Strength card being here, Aquarius, in your challenge, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Three of Swords, and you have the Queen of Swords here. So I do feel there's something icing someone out, going no contact. And it's a very contradictory message because in the beginning I said, no, you have to fight fire with fire. That's more on a large scale. On a smaller scale, there is something here about if you can ice someone out, if you can go no contact, cold turkey with this person, then that's going to make you a lot of money. And for some of you, the roles will be reversed. Some of you are getting iced out. Some of you are being ghosted, and you don't see this coming yet, but you will be ghosted in September. Not a lot of you. Most of you will be. Your challenge is to do the ghost. Not ghosting in a negative way, but if someone is like completely screwed you over, I mean, it's like you got to restore justice somehow. So maybe not ghosting, but letting someone know, hey, we need to stop talking. Bye. And that seems to be your challenge. Because there is something here about, once again, drama over past love. I just get past love, but it could, you know, drama over past love or dominating your emotional capital and you're not even realizing it. But for those of you that this bigger picture thing is going on, I mean, what is that trying to say in your challenge? Strength. You know, like literally, like this reading is an archetypal thing of like Jesus dying on the cross, or like Braveheart William Wallace like screaming freedom as they kill him, because that's the only thing that's worth it. I don't know about you. I came to this earth to get in, do my job, create zero karma, and get out. But what I'm telling you, and the whole point of this entire reading, is the way in which that many of you agree with me on that, no? Let me channel my New York energy. Anthony, am I right or am I wrong? Anthony, am I right or am I wrong? Yes, I'm right. You came to this earth to get in, do your mission, create no karma, and get out. But the most important thing that I've ever said to you, potentially, is that the way in which you're going to get in, create no karma, and get out is not by going to Oregon and biting on your little mushrooms and that's it. Or your marshmallows, or, you know, no mushrooms for Nancy. But, you know, it's like, you're not going to run away from this by being nice, putting your head under the sand. You're going to have to get your hands dirty. You came into this life to get dirty. You came here to get in it. Into the pain, in it. That doesn't mean you're going to create karma. And for many of you, you're so messed up in your own little head that you think, oh, I'm going to get in, I'm going to do my little angel soul's mission by being this pure little thing, by going to Oregon and not creating any karma. You need to, don't you understand that there are light forces and there are bad forces? Yes, I understand that everything is one. Yes, I understand that the light is just, the dark is just the absence of the light. So don't moralize about me telling me everything's one, please. There are forces that are good and there are forces that are benevolent and malevolent forces. Sometimes killing or not killing, Jesus, you know, standing up to a bully isn't going to create negative karma, Nancy. And many of you, if I explained that, if a bully punches you in the face, hit them back, you'd be like, yeah, that doesn't create karma. Well, there's a bully burning your whole village down, and you think by throwing a flamethrower back at them that's going to create karma? No, that's how you get out of Earth and not have to come back. Or just go to Oregon and come back, you know, in 2090 and do it all over again. So with that being said, I appreciate you. There is something here about an ending to a love situation that increases your ability to become a leader in your own right and make more money on an interpersonal level. But we know what's really going on here. So with that being said, catch